Hi, guys. You hear me?
America runs on Bulova time.
All right. That, my friends, was the first TV ad ever aired. Saya, no? It's so engaging. It's like, what it actually sounds like is, you know when a radio DJ is about to introduce a song on the radio, then nilagyan na ng logo. Parang, it's 8:35 a.m., and that time is brought to you by Bulova, because America runs on Bulova time. But, thankfully, the advertising industry on TV has really evolved a lot in the last many, many years. This was in 1941, so it's really been 70 years. Now, I think the mistake that a lot of advertisers do is that they think that whenever a new media comes along, like TV, they think that the rules of the existing media, which at the time was radio, can be directly applied to whatever is new. But I think what's happened in the last 70 years is that now TV ads have become standardized to 30 seconds. And thankfully, advertisers have gotten a lot better at actually telling a story within a 30-second time frame. Who of you here remember this ad? This McDonald's ad everyone knows? Who cried during this ad? Meron din. I'm sure some of you cried over this ad, right? So this is now what a 30-second ad looks like today. But then around 5 or 10 years ago, this new medium came along, and it was digital video in the form of YouTube. And suddenly it changed the rules all over again. Because here comes this new platform where you have an unlimited canvas. It's not 30 seconds, it's not 15 seconds anymore. You have a medium that's more personal. So it's not consumed on a big screen, it's consumed on a tablet or on a laptop or on your mobile phone. It put the power of creation in users' hands. So it wasn't the TV networks anymore that had a monopoly in terms of creativity. The normal person can essentially become a star by creating their own YouTube content. And lastly, as the technology evolved, it also created a lot more opportunities to interact. And so when this monster called digital video media came along, advertisers were like, what do we do with this? So the question now becomes, how do we move on from the traditional way of storytelling into what I would call the new rules of storytelling? And as with any process of moving on, whether it's media or in real life, as we all know, and I'm sure you can all agree, the hardest part of moving on is forgetting, right? So what I'm going to tell you today, as I tell you the rules of storytelling, I'm going to tell you 4 things you need to forget if you want to be successful in the digital advertising industry. So the first thing you need to forget, oopsies, is forget your time limit. So like we said, you're not stuck to a 30s or 15-seconder anymore. And the good news is, a lot of advertisers have started to understand this. Have started to understand this. And now the standard for long-form content is usually about 2 to 3 minutes long. I'm sure all of you recognize this one. This one is from Jollibee. It's the Valentine's Day series. And it was a series of 3 videos that were each about 2 to 3 minutes long. And that's really become the standard in the industry as far as advertising. So who cried watching this? I'm sure many of you, thank you. I see raised hands. You're not liars. That's fantastic. Thank you. You have emotions. Right. So, but what if the story I want to tell, it's not 2 to 3 minutes? What if the story I want to tell, What if the story I want to tell, oopsies, sorry, not going back. Can we go back a slide? There you go. What if the story I want to tell is 6 hours long? 6 hours. So this is exactly what Virgin Airlines did. What they wanted to do was to simulate what it was like to be in a cheap budget airline where there's no in-flight entertainment, the food is crappy, the service is crappy, and so it's like the most treacherous, most horrible 6 hours of your life. And to give you a preview of what went into those 6 hours of video, here is what they showed.
Hey, mister. Hey, mister. Hey, mister.
Peanuts.
You gonna eat those peanuts?
You know what? I cannot get enough hairspray.
I am going to Paris to study pigeons for a year.
Welcome to Blah Airlines.
There you go. That's Blah Airlines from Virgin Airlines. 6 hours of video. Now, so that's one extreme. Now, what if we went the other extreme and my story was not 6 hours long, but only 6 seconds long? And that's what the movie